Hello everyone, thank you for joining us at the Tag Cycling YouTube channel. My name's Leah Guloien. Hi, my background is in road cycling. Done it for many, many years. I no longer race, but still love to stay active, fit on the bike, teaching for Tag Cycling and coaching. I raced for many teams back in the day. Trek Red Truck, our lovely local team, Cola Vita, for Team Canada. So I have a lot of experience on the road. So hopefully my knowledge can pass through on some of these workouts for you guys and you can enjoy them even more. So today we got a 30-minute ride. For those of you doing the resolution rides, this is gonna be a great workout to add, especially if your legs are feeling a little bit blocky and you need to spin them out a little bit. This is gonna work on a lot of high cadence today. So just getting started, we're gonna ride nice and easy, just getting the body warmed up. 90 plus RPM, so turning the pedals over nice and quick, just waking the body up a little bit. We're gonna be doing a lot of leg speed, so we wanna allow the body to come online nice and gradual, relax through the upper body. The goal will be to keep those sit bones planted on the saddle. Don't wanna see a lot of bouncing in the saddle today, especially as we build up to the cadence at that 100 plus RPM. Okay, so working on a little bit of technique, engagement through the core, relaxed upper body, shoulders down, soft bend in the elbow. Also really want to focus on relaxing the face, not putting a lot of tension in the face and the arms and the hands. It'll make the workout a lot more fluid and a lot more enjoyable. So you can always find that smile, that'll help you keep nice and relaxed. So keep warming up, couple more minutes here, nice and easy. And then we're gonna start to settle into that 60%. That 6 out of 10, nice endurance pace. That's the pace you'd ride if you're out with your group and your friends, just pedaling along. You can have a conversation, but it's a little bit of a focused effort. You gotta think a little bit about it. A little bit of pressure on those pedals. And we're gonna settle in around 90 RPM. So I'm gonna give you one more minute before we start to find that. Make sure you've got water close by. You want to make sure you get through a bottle of water on most of your rides, even if it's only 30 minutes. Great way to stay hydrated, great way to have a goal, one bottle for that 30-minute ride, maybe even two of the smaller bottles if you're riding for 60 minutes. Okay, so let's start to find that 60%. So adding a little bit of tension on the pedals. If you're on a standard bike, start to find that gear. 90 RPM. Really smoothing out that pedal stroke. Even pressure all the way around. This is really the time to focus on that when the intensity's down. A lot harder when you're driving it at your max aerobic power. So nice, steady, even pressure. Finding that nice endurance pace, 60%. If you're not ready to get there quite yet, keep it a little bit lighter. We're still in the warm-up phase. As you can see, the workout's right here. So if you need to take a glance at that and see where we're at. So we're just starting to find that 60%. Playing around with our gears. That's our 6 out of 10. 10's our max aerobic power. That would be our 10 out of 10. So we're looking at that 6 out of 10 effort level. A couple more minutes before we get into the real meat and potatoes of the workout. So by now you should be starting to find that 60%, 90 RPM. It should be feeling like a fairly relaxed pace, very manageable intensity. Shoulders are down, soft bend in the elbows. Just settle in here. You're really driving through the bottom, feeling the engagement in the hamstrings and the glutes, and then you're kicking it over the top. You don't want to just be stomping on those pedals. Okay, so we found that gear now. Now you should be settled in, 60%, 90 RPM. From here, we're gonna build up the intensity slightly, as well as the cadence. So 90 RPM, settle in. This is a great cadence to be using on endurance rides. It's a cadence that you want to build towards if your endurance rides are sitting closer to that 80 RPM. Start to slowly work it up, closer to that 90, and get your body used to it. Okay, let's keep that cadence up a little bit. 95 RPM. If you need to dial the gear back slightly, if that's too much, that's fine. It can be just over that 60% here. So 95 RPM. Just gonna make sure I'm in the right gear myself. Nice and relaxed with the upper body still. Upper body's nice and quiet. "30 seconds, we're gonna take it up to 100 RPM. So we're at 95 right now. If you're feeling good, you don't need to touch the gear when you take it up to 100 RPM. Naturally, the intensity, the wattage is gonna slightly go up. If that's a bit too much, dial it back. Find that 60% again. Okay, so here we go, 100 RPM. Nice and gradual, nice and controlled. Legs are turning over nice and quick. If you didn't dial your gear back, that effort has gone up. You might be closer to a 7, maybe even a 7.5 out of 10. You got 30 seconds here. Waking those legs up. Keeping that breathing nice and controlled, even though the leg speed has gone up. Start to add a little bit of tension on those pedals. Turning that gear. Here we go. We're gonna build up to our 85%. 8.5 out of 10. Start to drive that cadence up to what feels natural for you and that you can keep yourself nice and controlled. Maybe that's 110, maybe it's 115. But we wanna try to find and touch on that 85%. You got 35 seconds. Shoulders down. You should be hitting that 85% now. You got 20 seconds. Keeping that breathing nice and controlled. Nice job, guys. 10 to go. Pick it up a little bit if you can. 3, 2, and down. Dial it back. Nice and easy. You got 1 minute. Grab a quick sip. Control that breathing. 45 seconds. We're going to work on some leg speed. I want you to think of this as a circuit. Okay, it's going to be a fairly flat circuit with some rollers. So we're going to be hitting some downhill, and then we're going to be building up to some false flats and then to some flat sections. We want to keep our effort changing slightly as well as our cadence. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of playing around with the gears, playing around with cadence. So keep that in mind. Okay, we're gonna settle in. The first effort's the longest, 3 minutes. We're at our 60% nice endurance pace, 90 to 95 RPM. So let's start to find that endurance pace here. 90 to 95 RPM. This is our group riding pace, nice and steady. Our flat road. The efforts are going to get shorter and shorter as they get slightly harder and the cadence goes up. So we're on that flat road right now, 90 to 95 RPM. We got 3 minutes here, but we're already into it. Keeping that pressure on, really focusing in on that pedaling technique, even pressure all the way around. You don't want any dead spots at the bottom or the top. Just wasting unnecessary energy. So you got 2 more minutes here. You should be able to be talking at this pace, drinking your water. As the intensity goes up, as well as the cadence, first use your leg speed to adjust the gear. So drive the cadence up. See where the gear settles. If you need to dial it back, if you need to add a bit on, then play around from there. So right now we're at our 60%, we're at 6 out of 10. In the next 2 minutes, we'll be going to 7 out of 10. And the cadence will be going up 95 to 100. Okay? We still got 1 more minute here, just over. Legs should be starting to feel good. Starting to get your sweat on. Nice relaxed upper body. Great opportunity to focus on hand positions. Right now I'm on the hoods. You could be on the tops, or you could even be in the drops. See what feels comfortable for you, and then play around with it. 30 more seconds here. This is a good stretch to have a little bit of music playing in the background. 3 minutes, the longest one. Coming up on 10 seconds. I want you to first take the cadence up, 95 to 100 RPM. Nice and smooth and gradually. Bringing you to 7 out of 10 effort, 70%. Remember, your 10 out of 10 is your max aerobic power, not max sprint. Max aerobic power being that effort you can maintain for a trained individual, 4 minutes. Okay, so this is your 7 out of 10. We're getting close to that threshold if we're not already at it. Intensity, 95 to 100 RPM. We're here for 2 minutes. So that leg speed's gone up. I still don't want to see any bouncing in the saddle. Shoulders nice and relaxed. You got 1 more minute. See if you can get it close to that 100 RPM. Nice job, guys. The next push is going to be 1 minute. We're taking it up to that 8 out of 10. So keep that in mind. Take a look at your wattage, see where you're settling in. Cadence should be around 100. 30 more seconds. $15 to go. Then we're going to take that cadence up. 105 to 110. Aiming for an 8 out of 10 effort. Okay, here we go, guys. 105 to 110 RPM. That leg speed's picking up. First find that cadence, and then see where the wattage settles. Nice controlled breathing. Don't let things get frantic just because the cadence is going up. Nice and relaxed. Let the legs do the job, turning it over nice and quick. Building to that 110. You got 15 seconds here. Great workout for waking the legs up if you've had a couple days off, or if you've done a lot of grinding on the gears, a lot of climbing. Okay guys, picking the cadence up. 110 plus. 30 seconds here. Nice and controlled. If you're unable to control this, dial the gear back. If you're bouncing all over the saddle, dial the gear back to where you can keep it controlled. If you can push it up to 115, that's great. Try to do so. I want you to pick it up again. Picking that cadence up, trying to find your max aerobic power. If you're at your limit for your cadence, slightly add the gear on. If you can drive it up to 120 RPM, then hit it, finish it off. Here we go, 3, 2, and down. Nice and easy, back to 90 RPM. If you need to dial the gear back slightly, feel free to do so. Sitting up, grab a sip. Legs should be feeling a little, maybe a little jello-y. Getting them to ride at a higher cadence that you might feel comfortable at. If 110 was your limit, write it down. Let's build on that. Let's see if you can build it up to 115 the next time you do this workout. This workout will be on the YouTube channel, so you can always come back to it. This is like a leg speed workout, but also a ride, like I said, on a kind of a circuit where there's quite a bit of downhill. We are not trying to touch the gears a lot. You're wanting to work more on your leg speed. So we got 2 minutes. Nice and easy. I still want you to keep it around 90 plus RPM, but this can be a nice light gear. Going into the next round, we're doing the same thing, but the reverse. So we're starting out the highest intensity, the highest cadence, and then we're dropping it down, building back to that, finish off at that 3 minutes, which will be great because our heart rates will have come down. We won't need as long of a recovery, okay? So on easier days, leg speed days, you definitely want to get the heart rate down. You don't want to jack the heart rate up, the leg speed way up, and then you hop off the bike. That's kind of counterproductive to what we were trying to do, is to open your legs up, make you feel good. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're starting 30-30, 1, 2, 3. You got just under a minute, 45 seconds here. I'll let you know when we've got about 15 seconds to go and you can start to add some gear on. So we're starting out 30 seconds, max aerobic power, 110 plus RPM. So we're going into that fast ripping downhill, and then we're gonna come out and build up back again onto the flats. Okay guys, we got 15 seconds. Start to build that cadence up. 110 plus, gradually adding some gears on. We're going in 5. Start to pick that cadence up. Relaxed upper body. Here we go. Nice controlled breathing. Only 30 seconds, hang on to it. Drawing that belly button in, breathing it out. Slightly dropping down to 85%. Maybe that's slightly taking the cadence down. Still 30 seconds at this intensity. Relaxed shoulders, still no bouncing in that saddle. You got 5 seconds. Dropping it down, 100, 105, 80%. You're at that 8 out of 10. Time trial racing pace, just above your threshold intensity. (105 to 110 RPM. Hang on to it. 30 seconds. Nice job, guys. Keep the legs nice and quick. 20 to go. Woo, I'm sweating. 5 seconds and we drop it down. 95 to 100, 7 out of 10. Drop that cadence down. You got 2 minutes here. Nice steady tempo to threshold intensity. Your longer hill intervals. 95 to 100. Wiggle those fingers out, relax through the shoulders. Starting to come up to that flat road. Our legs are finding their rhythm. Cadence is getting more comfortable. You got 1 more minute here. Still at 95 to 100 RPM. Play around with your hand placement. Spend a little bit of time in the drops. I always find I know if my bike position's set up okay, if I can get into these drops comfortably. You got 10 seconds coming up, and we're going back to that endurance pace. 90 to 95. Looking for that 6 out of 10. First drop the cadence down. Settle in 90 to 95. 6 out of 10 effort. You might need to add a gear on or slightly take it off. We got 3 minutes here. Might want to go back onto the hoods. Not as aggressive as a position. Really focusing back on that pedaling technique now. Legs are a bit tired. You've been forcing them to pedal a lot quicker than you might like. This isn't the time to let it get sloppy though. You want to smooth it out. Drive it over the top, scrape through the bottom. You're not just mashing down. Upper body should not be bobbing all over the place. Don't let those arms lock out and collapse in. Shoulders down, keep the chest out, elbows slightly out. It'll help with your breathing. It's also a more realistic road position. A lot more stable if someone were to come up and bump you from the side. You'd have something to push back from, as opposed to being locked up and tight. This 30 minutes is almost up, guys. We're working on settling the body down, finding some more control. 90 to 95 RPM, 6 out of 10. Just over 2 minutes. Sure, you guys are doing great at home or wherever you're at. Way to go for coming online, turning this workout on. That's a win right there. Check in on the body. How are you feeling today? If you needed to dial the entire workout back, totally fine. Still a great leg speed workout. If the goal was just to feel good today, go easier, that's fine. Better to show up and do it than not do it at all. Learning this lesson myself. I always feel much better after I've got the heart rate up a little bit, the blood pumping. Feel like I can really tackle the day. So just over a minute. Coming up on 27 minutes here. So we'll have a couple minutes to spin it out before we hop off the bikes. Final minute, 90 to 95 RPM. Still focusing in on that pedaling technique. It's even pressure. That belly button is drawn in. Take the hands off. Can you put them on your hips? Put them back on. You don't want all that weight in your hands. You want your core to be able to support your body. You got 20 seconds to go. Awesome job, guys. Keep it up. More mental energy right now, focusing than anything. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and down. Back in that gear off. Your choice cadence. Couple minutes, let's turn it over. Nice and easy. Try to keep the legs turning over. 90 RPM at least. Grab some water. Make sure that bottle's almost completed. And if not, finish it off before you hop off the bike. Try to make that a goal. You got 90 seconds. Let's get those heart rates coming down. Whew. Great to have you guys joining in. Keeping each other motivated. Staying healthy and fit on our bikes. I love it. Great way to start the day. Only 30 minutes. Such a manageable time. Best to slot it in the night before. Put it in your book. 30-minute spin in the morning. Maybe it's in the evening when the kids are napping, in my situation. We've got 30 seconds to go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. That was a great ride. My legs are feeling awesome. Ready to tackle my day. I hope yours are too. Take a look at the website, lots of stuff, or at the YouTube, shall I say. Lots of great workouts. I'm doing them myself. It's fun to see the different coaches, get the different tips. Hope you enjoyed this today and have a good one. I'm Leah. See you later.